people are really gonna watch this.
They ain't got nothing else to do.
Right?
Word.
I ain't going on social media talking shit about TDS Radio. I know that much.
My man, Coach Block.
What's up, cuz? How we living?
You're rocking with TDS Radio.
Get it, Kim. All right. She got a vision, and she wants us to execute this vision.
Ooh, man. That's what TDS is about today.
Ken and Kim are the two dopest siblings that I know.
All right, man. You ready?
Am I ready? Are they ready?
Nigga.
What's up? It's your man, Coach Block, one half of TDS Radio, and I am here with
Your girl so fab. Hey, y'all.
And as you can see, we got a cousin in the building, Big Vino. What's going on?
What up, though?
What's going on with you? So, for those that are,
Yes, you got that husky voice.
Oh yeah, I've been husky since 8 years old. Basically.
so for those that are wondering who the heck is this, well, I done told y'all we working with the comedy scene, and what we were doing is having another one. So for everybody who came out to the first top secret stand-up comedy show, we appreciate you, but we running it right back, just like a hoop game. And Big Vino is going to be our headliner.
Hey, I like that. I like the sound of that. Big Vino, a headliner. That's what
he going to headline it up. So Big Vino, before we get into the actual show and some of the things real quick, first we want to just do our little hellos. So Kim, do we have any praise reports and all that stuff today? Do you have anything?
I'm just still happy that my car is paid off. I'm sorry.
Damn, we still running on that.
Right?
Look, we didn't even put the music on. See, we supposed to put the music on. Hold on, praise report. So we still got the praise report.
All right.
So it's the TDS praise report. So I got one that you're gonna have to turn that music up on, and we're gonna get a couple seconds in on this one.
Okay.
School year's over. Today was the last day of finals.
Oh, what?
Yes. Okay. Hallelujah. Amen. Glory be to the God. I do not have to see those little children. I won't call them the B word. I was about to say, I ain't got to see them until next summer or to the end of the summer. Okay. So we're done.
You good?
I'm good.
No summer school.
No, Lord, no.
Okay.
If I had to do summer school, it would be over for them. Not even me. It would be over for them. Today, I looked at two kids like, hey, man, y'all got to understand I'm going to therapy right now. If you continue this behavior, I'm going to lose all the work that I've done.
Congratulations. Black men in therapy.
Thank you, sir.
Black men
Thank
in
you,
therapy,
sir.
brother.
Thank you.
I believe in that.
Appreciate it, man.
There too.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
We need it. We need more of that. Oh, I didn't hit live. Oh, man. That was all right. That's why you keep me on my toes. So do you have anything, Big Vino? What give us something for the praise report, man? What you happy about? I know you're making a lot of moves.
I was able to drive past a McDonald's without stopping in. I want to praise the Lord for that.
There we go.
My A1C is down.
Oh, there we go.
The swelling in my big toe done subsided. Amen.
That's what's up. So let me ask you, where did your A1C start?
Man, for real,
yeah.
It started at a 13.1.
For real, I was at 11.4.
Ooh.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
11.4. I got it down. Now I'm at a 7.4. I got to get that thing under. I got to get it to a 6.5 or something like that.
I got it down to a 6.1.
Did you?
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Man.
That's praise report right there.
Hold on. Sorry. I transitioned too fast.
That's what's up.
I started hitting the raw vegan stuff. I started eating a lot more vegetables, less meat.
Okay.
Stop eating the processed stuff, and it worked out.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
And, you know, I wanted to make sure I didn't have those bedroom complications.
Yeah, buddy. Nobody wants that.
I don't want those complications. So. Let me get some beetroot in my life.
For real. So That's our praise report. We're gonna speed through things. Birthdays. Do you have anybody that you want to give a special birthday shout out to? Do you know anybody's birthday that's this week to something or any of that stuff?
No, but I know we on the precipice of the Gemini. Shout out to the Geminis.
Okay, all right.
The twins. As an Aries, I really connect with Geminis
Oh,
because
for
you know
real?
they two-faced it, and I'm able to deal with both their sides.
Yikes.
All right.
Oh, wait, when was your birthday? You just had one.
Yes, April 15th. It was actually I watched the first show. That was my birthday gift.
That's what's up. That's what. Well, thank you.
Yeah,
for
I was
celebrating.
kind of down in the dumps. They canceled one of my shows, so I was.
Oh.
They canceled two of my shows, so I was down in the dumps, and I was like, "Yo, I need some laughs, man.
Yeah.
Let me go."
Oh.
And TDS provided the laughs. That's why I was so eager to sign on. Oh, this is a nice one.
Y'all got some shit here, huh? Yeah, y'all got some shit here. All right.
Okay, how much money else y'all got? Yeah,
We appreciate you.
Yeah, we appreciate you trying to make it happen on a pimping budget, a slight pimping budget.
First of all, Mama made miracles happen with Kwanzaa. Okay,
Hello.
Trying to make it shake. So then let's see. Birthdays. I don't have a lot. Jonathan Grice, he's a coach. Candace Oglesby, Corey HD. What does the HD stand for? I don't even answer that. And my man Darrell Acree. Happy birthday to everybody. Let's give them their birthday song. Oh, where is the
Scroll up.
There we go.
There we
Birthday. There we go.
Y'all ready? Well, happy birthday to you. Hey. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Hey. Happy birthday to you. Well, it looks good. It looks good. It looks fine. It looks fine. We hope you have a good time. Happy birthday to you. Hey, happy birthday to you.
And as the saying goes, continue to live life like every what? Whoa!
Yes.
What the hell?
You were there. You were there.
Was I there?
You were there.
Continue to live life.
Like every day is your fullest or something like that.
Damn, I got to put the words back on the screen.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, continue to live
Happy
life like
birthday.
every day is a birthday. That's something like that. I got to go back and put the damn words on the screen.
dance like nobody's watching.
Yeah. What the
Every
fuck?
day's
How
your
did I
birthday.
forget the damn saying?
I don't know.
Damn,
You just said it on Tuesday.
I sure did.
Crazy. On my birthday, I usually just end up saying, "Come on now, it's my birthday. Don't do me like that."
Continue to celebrate like every day is your birthday.
No, that's not.
That's not it.
That's not it.
Damn.
Come on now.
Oh man.
Anyway.
Yeah. So Big Vino, what's going on, man? Let's talk comedy. Let's talk about the show. But first, before we even get into it, just tell people who you are, where you're from.
Big Vino. I'm from Newark, New Jersey. That's where I was born and
Wait,
raised.
you said where?
Newark, New Jersey.
Oh, yeah, got a lot of complications going on with your airport.
I never fly out of Newark. Okay?
No,
First
right?
of all. First of all, I would never fly out of Newark
Never.
Liberty Airport.
Right.
Okay, you will lose your liberty. You will lose your freedom trying to fly out of Newark.
Listen.
Okay.
But I moved down to Virginia a couple years ago, retired drug dealer, you know.
Okay.
Just being honest. You know, I saw the writing on the wall. I said, you know what?
Time to go.
It's about time to get up out of here today. And took everything down to Virginia and tried to just do something regular and just,
Yeah.
you know, I didn't want to die in the streets violently.
Word.
No, that's right.
I tried working, but that ain't really, the Lord ain't put that calling on my life.
Hello.
He didn't put
Hello.
me answering the people.
Right.
So I was trying to figure it out. And
Yeah.
I just kind of found the stage. Like me and my homie was talking. I was actually calling him because I'm like, so how much is it? Something come down.
right.
And then we was, you know how you talking with
Yeah.
your homeboys. You like, remember that time Moo was gonna shoot you, and you said, what your mama gonna do? Who gonna carry the groceries upstairs now? And then we started laughing, and he put the gun away. I was like, yeah. And then I was like, you know what? They do got this little comedy competition
Yeah.
up at the club. I should go
Let me go see what's up.
see what's up with that. Yeah.
Okay.
I just jumped on stage, and I didn't win the first night, but I ended up winning. Like
Yeah.
the first night, it actually was really good. And
Yeah.
it was so good to me that I ran the light, and that's a rule in comedy. Like when they give you the light, shut it down.
Yeah.
And I just went over that light. That was my first night.
Yeah.
I'm laughing. I'm like, oh yeah, she cute. I'm about to holler at her when the show over.
Yeah.
And I was killing it, and they was laughing, and
Yeah.
it got too good to me. And They cut the lights off, and I was like,
Well, damn.
But no, I knew what I needed to do from that moment on. I said, ain't nothing else happening. Nothing but this.
Yeah.
And it's been that since that day.
That's what's up.
I remember that day very vividly.
Yeah, so then now tell me about your style of comedy, because there's a different array of comics and how they get to what they get to. So tell me about your style and what it's rooted in. Like, because is it rooted in just your stories, your other people's stories? What is it rooted in?
Well, the way my publicist wrote it up, he said, Big Vino is a authentic comedic voice whose hilarious anecdotes endear him to all generations. But no, seriously, that's kind of what it is. Like,
okay.
I'm just out here telling you a story. Like, some of it is gonna take you back at first, because I'm just a crooked nigga going legit. You know what I mean? So you stuck with, oh my God, you really did that. But I didn't know nothing. I know better now.
Right.
I'm doing better. So appreciate that journey, because without that Vino, you don't got this Vino.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's how I'm kind of living it. Just tell the stories. Some things gonna throw you back, some things are gonna, but I promise you they all have happy endings, because I'm here to tell you the story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I was going to ask you, like, I know that a lot of comedians are, some of their comedy is somewhat rooted not only in just like their lifestyle choices, but in trauma. Do you feel that's applicable to you?
I mean, I feel that's everybody. You can't tell a story about anything that you ain't been through.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what the public really connects with. Like, that's why people have taken to me kind of fast, because they read that I'm being honest. I swear to God, everything I'm telling you is the God honest truth. And a few of the names have been changed to protect the guilty.
Absolutely.
Right.
But for the most part, it's everything is God honest truth. And I've just found a place in my life where I could laugh at some of the harsh realities that happen.
Mm-hmm. So then now, where do you see right now, like the comedy scope with the Ali Sadiq, Cat Williams kind of beef stuff that's behind the scene talked about and all that? Do you see, like, we as black, or now I'm not in that world of comedy, but black comics got to get that stuff out, because there's enough lane for everybody to eat, and let's just get to the stage? Tell the truth.
So I'm an old gangster, so
yeah.
I want to see him square up. I was type of like, no, let him fight. Let him. I was the one in the cookout. No, let him fight. Let him get that shit out there in his system. Both them niggas 50, and this shit'll be over in 7 minutes. I promise you.
Right.
That's how I feel. I'm always about let the hand settle it. Long as we ain't going to no gun, long as everybody get to walk away, we cool.
Yeah.
But I actually know Ali Sadiq. I've worked with him a couple times, and
Tell
like
that
that's the
nigga
big
we need an interview when he get here on the 20th. We've been trying to get him every time he comes to Raleigh. Swear to God.
I'll talk to him, see what he can do.
Yeah,
he might take pull some strings.
Hey man, whatever strings need to be pulled. But
that's my guy. That's my guy. He actually is the reason I'm a comedian I am today.
Really?
Because I would have been one of these whack comedians that kind of get caught up in the one set that they do and not try to develop, not try to grow at all. Yeah. But I worked a New Year's with Ali this one year, and it was my first time they let me step up the feature, like let me do real time. They like, you got 25 minutes, okay? Yeah. And then Ali gonna take over the rest. Yeah. I'm like, I bet. So I was, I'm out there feeling like I'm killing it. Yeah. The crowd is loving it. Everybody's good. So I'm like, hey, Ali, the end of the weekend comes, the last show. I'm like, hey, I don't know if you've been watching my set all week, but if you could just take a peek at it, let me know what I could do. Like, I'm really trying to take to the next level. Like, they just let me get here, and what do I need to do to be better like you? Yeah. He's like, I got you. Yeah. He's like, I low-key been watching, but I got you. We'll talk after the show. Yeah. And we sat down after the show. He had his little margarita. Yeah. And he's like, take your set.
That's how he talked. It's slow.
And throw it away.
Damn.
I like what you do. No, it's funny. It's funny. But everything you talk about, take it and write to the opposite end of it. Don't use no vulgarity. Don't say nothing sexually explicit. Do something different from what you do right now. He said, because one of these times you're a big man. You're going to run on stage to another big man, and he going to be doing your shit. And then what you going to do? Yeah. You can't go up after that and do the same shit he just been doing. Right. It's good. No, it's good. It's shit funny. But once people start hearing it, niggas are going to do versions of it. Right. Now you got to do something different. And then that's when I started adopting more of a, hey, that year I wrote 4 different 20-minute sets.
Wow.
I wrote this. I got one in the pocket, and then boom, I said, all right, let's go to another one. Let's get it. I took every word he said and ran with it.
That's dope. That's dope.
And that's what I've been doing in comedy. Just when the greats give me advice, take what you need, leave what you don't.
Yep.
Motherfuckers always want to get back and forth and argue with people. No, take what you need, leave what you don't.
Yeah. Real rap. You about to ask the question?
Well, I was gonna say, like, so do you really take offense when you find out someone takes some of your material?
Yeah, you get hurt. You be like, but I've adopted more of a mentality now of taking it as a challenge to write more and write what you can't steal from me.
Okay.
If I'm telling you about a very specific outrageous event, you can't steal that from me. You can't steal stories from when I was out there in the street living wrong and pimping, because you don't know about that. You a square. You don't know about.
You're right. You're right. That ain't even in your repertoire.
That's not in there, and I know when you faking it, and they gonna know when you're faking it. That's why they don't like you as much as they like me. That's another problem I have in comedy. Because I will tell them the truth.
Yeah. Ain't nothing wrong with it though. That's what. So then now, who are people that, not people, but what are styles that you don't like to come behind, as far as like you're about to go on and you're like, this ain't it. This ain't, the room ain't hitting like this. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh no, I don't care.
Gotcha.
I feel like no matter what the energy in the room is, I can shift it.
Okay.
My demeanor and my story. Like if I see you killing it on this end, and that's why I give Ali the credit, because if I see you killing it on this end, I've written to the other spectrum already.
Yeah.
So if I see somebody super energetic bouncing all over the stage, I can come on stage and and it'll break all of that, and everybody will fall into the what is it? And then the next thing I say will absolutely destroy the room.
Yeah.
And but you didn't see it coming.
Yeah.
But then again, I can see somebody do that slow pace cadence, and I can come out a little more energetic and really hit you with something, but then still slow it down, but then still speed it back. Like I got a versatile style, so I don't really care. I want you to do well in front of me.
Yeah.
But if you don't, I'm gonna fix that. Don't worry.
I got your back.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
I always tell people, this is where I expose that I'm a little bit of a geek.
Okay.
I kind of feel like people might notice. If you ever watched the show Dragon Ball Z, the anime, when Goku went to the planet Namek before he became
I ain't
Super
never been
Saiyan.
that deep.
Okay, cool. People at home, I know you got some people that understand this, but right before he became a Super Saiyan, right, he had a calm about him, and everybody's like, why is he stepping into absolute danger, and why is he so calm?
Yeah.
And that's the kind of energy I keep. Like, I'm calm because I know I've done the work.
Yeah.
I'm not nervous about people asking me all the time, you get butterflies, you get scared?
Nah.
I've done the work. I spend hours at open mics. I write every morning for 2 hours.
Wow.
Yeah.
I tell jokes all day, to the detriment of my relationships and personal life. I can't stop telling jokes. You can't tell a joke when she tell you to go get the towel. But you look so scrumptious, my toaster strudel. She's like, no, go get that towel. You playing too much.
I was gonna ask. That was my next line of questioning. So, how has comedy either help or hurt relationships?
It's detrimental. Don't be a comedian. If you want a healthy, happy relationship, don't be funny.
For real?
Don't be funny.
Why you say that?
Because it's a talent. They're gonna start giving you money, and then what happens is, I was in a relationship once, and it was when I first started, right? And it was all good when it was just the open mics, and crazy white dudes want to buy me a beer because that was so funny. But then when you start getting to the club, and it's like really,
the chuckle fuckers.
I don't like to call them that, because
what the hell
I'm a
name
chuckle
was
fucker.
that?
No, that's a real thing.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's called chuckle fuckers.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, I'm a chuckle fucker. If you can make me laugh, these panties coming right off. Yeah.
I didn't know that was a thing,
Yeah,
yo.
but they try to use it as a derogatory term.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with it.
And I don't do that. I provide a safe space to objectify hoes. That's what I do. But they come to the shows.
Yeah.
They be out there, and then they want to take pictures, and they hug up all on you. And even if you wasn't, if like my lady used to come to the show, so she would see the chicks. Like she would see it go from just a bunch of dudes wanting to talk to, now pretty ass women are wanting to talk.
Yeah,
they want, well, so what you doing after this? You want a girl, and you want to go? Nah, I'm good, baby girl. I'm just gonna take it on home, and it wasn't like I was sad to go home. It's just like, hey, if you see me turning down these 5 women, if I come in the house, take a shower, and say, hey, can you just rub my back for a little while? I shouldn't get a whole. Because you know what? Those 4 women was gonna do that
and more.
Because you be trying not to be spiteful and resentful, but that's the real reality of it. Like, I just really you watched me turn down 5 women tonight who wanted to go get drinks and do whatever. Now you want to. I ain't even asked you to suck none. I just said, could you rub my back?
And that's the problem.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
So that's why
it's
hard.
Do it.
It's hard. Don't do it. I mean, at your own risk. I'm not saying everybody. It's about the work you put into it. And I'm just noticing in today's society, no one really wants to put in the work.
Yeah.
Like that's what relationships really take. It take work.
Yeah. We were just talking about that earlier.
Nothing is perfect. You got to work. You got to do your part. She got to do her part. And if one of us is slacking, then we going to be in a bad place.
Very. And quickly.
So I try to leave it alone. I try to, I got a few young ladies that I talk to, but none of them is serious. I don't really.
You just said that on air, man.
All right, let's switch gears. What the hell?
No, you gotta be real. Look, you could never say I lied to you, Jack. But the real part of it is none of y'all take me serious. None of y'all take me serious. Every time I get to go in the lay down, y'all be like, go get the condom. I'm like, So none of y'all taking me serious. So yes, I'm sleeping with a couple of y'all. We all using condoms. Let's keep it real. Right. No, I'm kidding. I don't use condoms. No, I trust God. I don't use condoms.
Come on, man.
I pray every day. If you want to show me you don't pray, use a condom. I see an aisle full of brothers who don't pray in the condom aisle.
No faith. They ain't got no faith.
So what?
Faith and fear do not live in the same space. Ain't that what the Bible said?
It says it.
Amen.
What can we expect come June 7th?
June 7th, we gonna sit down. We gonna have a church. We gonna have a motivational speaking. It's gonna be some life coaching, life lessons. I'm gonna give you some practical tips. Like, did you know that at the CVS at night, all of the recently expired Plan Bs are right there in the dumpster? And I mean, like recently, they just expired this morning. They still good. They got like a 2-day use. You don't throw away antibiotics just because the date is over, right?
No, you might run it a couple times.
The day that is expired on and CVS, they throw them in them. So if you need your Plan Bs, just chill out with CVS.
All right.
Go to the garbage.
So we have to switch gears. We're gonna do some healing.
Ain't nothing better for healing than knowing that you're not going to be a father.
You know that.
The fact that you have ducked responsibility is the best healing there is.
Yeah, there's a deep side that comes with that. Knowing that you can fight another day.
Yeah, you know how comfortably I slept when I saw that thing go down. I said, let me see that. Okay, I'm going to sleep good tonight, baby.
I agree.
Will you be back?
I hope so. I hope can I come back? I hope they don't shut this down because I be saying a lot of crazy stuff sometimes. And I don't want to.
Because I would love for you to come back because we have something called the messy letter, and I would love to get your response. For the messy letter, or even when we do dating profiles.
Okay,
so
I love those.
I know you're in Virginia, but if you're in the area,
I'm here. I'm here all the time. I be doing radio. I be doing the club here. Good nights. I got TDS radio. Look, first of all, I told the security guard, remember my face. I'll be back. So that's how I usually get back access into places.
He ain't gonna be back, so you ain't got to worry about that.
Oh, he's out? Okay.
Yeah,
bro, I
he
know
won't be back.
I know where you can get some money. I'm looking for new employees. Can you convert an ounce into grams?
Give them your social media because I'm about to take you by your collar and go like this.
Look, check me out. Big Vino Comedy on all platforms. BIGVINO. And I have a website, www.comedictherapy.xyz. Not .com, .xyz. I did that on purpose because we get the last laugh.
Hello.
Shout out to the undefeated.
And shout out to Victoria because she's watching right now.
Shout out Victoria City. That's my partner.
She said Haymaker tonight. So make sure you go to the open mic at Haymaker. Coach Block will be in the building. I'm stepping in. I need to see it.
Yeah, they say I'm hosting. She surprised me with that yesterday.
She
I'm
definitely
hosting.
she definitely put on the flyer. I said, "Word."
Look, first of all, you lucky I had wrote some new jokes.
Right.
I got something funny to talk about. I actually have a funny. Y'all should be at the Haymaker 9:00 tonight. We are going. I got a story I'm gonna tell y'all about a dead soldier. Okay, and I probably shouldn't tell this because I'm not sure the statute of limitations, but I'm gonna tell a story about this dead soldier tonight at Haymaker. This is gonna be an event. Y'all need to, but somebody got to buy me a drink or two because these stories cost. Okay, because I'm gonna implicate some people. But remember, the names have been changed to protect the guilty.
Yes, absolutely.
Please stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
We are going to switch gears.
Holla at TDS Radio, man. TDS. What does the TDS stand for?
Oh, two dope siblings.
Two dope siblings. That's what's up. I got two dope siblings. They sisters though. They my sisters, my little sisters. Shout out my sisters, Tracy and Diana.
Oh,
Shout
you
them
got two
out.
little sisters?
I got two little
That's
sisters.
my little sister.
That's your little sister. Okay. That big brother life is crazy.
Ain't it? We was just talking
That
about
big
that.
brother life is ridiculous. Oh man.
I was just talking about how you gotta protect, make sure you good, all that. That shit is responsibility.
Okay, Black Plight over here. We have to switch gears before y'all get into it.
No, I'm just saying. I'm sorry I burned off your eyebrows, Tracy. Okay, that was wrong. That was wrong. I'm sorry.
Ain't no way in hell. I'd be pissed at you.
No, because I seen one of them Rocky movies and I said, oh, I'll make my own flamethrower. So I took the light and sprayed it with the lights off. And she stood too close. And
she stood too close.
She stood too close. Yes, she stood too close. I said, watch out, I'm gonna get him. And but
shit off.
The funny part is my mother didn't notice it for 2 days. Shout out to the single black mothers who work too hard and don't really notice what their children are doing. My mother looked at her and said, something different about you. Come here.
Meanwhile, her shit is gone.
Gone. There's no eyebrow. Mona Lisa in this bitch.
We're gonna switch gears, y'all.
Not
Nina
Mona
will be
Lisa.
back. Nina will be back.
All right. Yeah, I'll definitely be back. And June 7th, get them tickets, man.
June
Sell it
7th.
out. Sell it out fast so we ain't even got to promote it no more, man.
Yeah,
Come
that
get these
part.
tickets.
Come get these tickets.
That part. So,
Look. I said I promised I wouldn't say this, but I be making outlandish promises. If y'all buy out these tickets in the first week, we're gonna do 2 shows.
For the same price.
No.
put the damn graphic up.
I don't have the graphic.
You do have the graphic. Go to the banner, the assets or whatever it is.
Wait.
And put the damn.
I didn't make the new
No,
banner.
I'm talking about the be right back before he talk about something
Oh,
crazy. That
be
we
right
can't-
back. Okay.
We can't promise.
Yeah, I can't promise 2 damn shows. He a lie. Be right back.
No way.
What's up, peoples? We are back.
We're back.
I thought you were going to keep going.
Oh, okay. I'll start it from the beginning. What's up? It's your man, Coach Block. And we are back. And I am here with
your girl So Fab and Dr. Janze is in the building. And it is Embody Balance. If we want to go ahead and roll. All right, guys. So it's Wednesday, and you're officially listening to Embody Balance with Dr. Janze. How you doing, girl?
I'm doing. How are you?
What's up?
Doing good, girl.
What's up? How you doing?
Wonderful.
So we started something. You're a part of it now because we started it.
Yep.
Okay.
It's the praise report.
Uh-oh,
So,
wait, hold on. Ready?
you got to give us one thing that you want to
Dr.
praise and be happy, or some type of testimony of positivity. One thing.
Ooh. I can't share it right now,
Okay.
but just know that a door was opened.
All right. Turn it up.
Turn it up.
So we pray that goes through for you.
It is.
There it is. Then
It is.
go ahead and walk through that open door, ma'am.
Turn it
up. All right. So we also see that you have a guest today.
I do.
Would you like to do her introduction?
Absolutely. So I have the pleasure of introducing my friend Sandra Wabwani, and she is with Natural Life Integrative Nutritional Health Coaching.
Hello.
Hello, everybody.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. It's so wonderful to be with you all today. I'm so grateful for the invitation, and it's just an honor. Thank you.
Well,
Glad
thank
you
you.
can make it.
You got something for the praise report? You can get put
Well,
in if you want.
I'm doing my first podcast with you all, and that's my praise report.
Well, there you go.
Right.
All right. Well, we thank you for being here, and we are interested in all the information and nuggets that we are about to receive from you, ma'am.
Absolutely.
Okay, wonderful. Well, as Jan's indicated, the name of our company is Natural Life, and we're an integrative nutrition health coaching service and business. And our real vision is to help people to discover their body's ability to heal naturally, and to trust in that. So to trust and heal, trust and discover and trust their body's natural healing ability. And so we provide health coaching and across different issues that people might have. Our focus is bioindividuality and multidimensional health. So we're looking at all the ways that our life is impacting our health, not just the food on our plate, which we consider to be secondary food, but all of the food that is, all of the things that are feeding us in other areas of our life. And so we're not just concerned about what people are eating and that kind of thing, but also about how they're dealing with their relationships, what's going on with their finances, what's going on with their careers, and on with their activities, hobbies, all kinds of relationships, friendships, social activities. We're concerned with all of the areas, all of the things that are food for us. Spirituality, our soul needs feeding. And so what we are finding is that when the primary food areas are deficient, then it impacts the secondary food. So then we start to see that the plate is a reflection of sometimes some areas in the primary food area that are not being fulfilled. And so we just work with patients on self-discovery of what is behind the issues that you might be having. So people have goals. They say, well, I want to lose weight. I want to feel better. And our job is to help through self-discovery, help them identify for themselves those areas that need to be addressed. And then we work with them and walk them through it, step by step.
That's awesome. That's wonderful.
So how do you two essentially kind of, I guess, intertwine your companies? Because I know you have, excuse me, you have the GL1Ps, which I have a couple questions about that coming up with recent news. And then you also have your IV hydration. So what would be, I guess, the beneficial way for you to not only throw people in her direction and then vice versa?
Yeah, because so they are focusing on, we both focus on the entire person. But there are things that I just am not equipped for, like the multidimensional and other things that I just don't have the, where there's room for someone else to come in and do that. So I think having that piece of it, because it's still all the more holistic approach to the entire person and not just that routine. And so when we talk about weight loss, just the more natural processes, foods that we eat, spiritual. So I think our services will connect in a way that they're doing the person and I'm doing more of the medical side of it. In a sense. Awesome. Even though it may overlap just a tiny bit, but I think they'll be more detailed when it comes to things like that. And then when we talk about just, because you had mentioned, some really things, big things I don't think people had pay attention to when it comes to like overall healing and health. Yeah.
You were talking about just like relationships and even finances. And I know finances are a big thing right now, given the current administration, the economy, the Dow and, the cost of living, and it's not matching with, what people are currently bringing home. And that can essentially create a lot of stressors. So how can your company kind of help alleviate some of that stress that people are feeling right now when they want to get healthy, but they have this doom and gloom that seems to be hovering over them?
Well, we have 5 principles, and one of those principles is that stress kills. And we know for a fact that many, if not most, if not 90% of doctors' visits are stress related. A lot of the symptoms that people are experiencing, a lot of the chronic diseases, the root is stress. People are worried, people are insecure, people have anxiety about the future, about their children's future. What are the opportunities that are going to be available for their children? Are they going to be able to have even the lifestyle that they have, that their parents have? These are all very real concerns. And what we do in our company is we, first of all, help people to acknowledge that they're under stress. Sometimes we're so used to performing at a high level of stress, and some of us are good at, pulling through and performing well under stress, but we forget that we're stressed and we just end up living a life of chronic stress. We don't even realize it. And so we're not really dealing with it until it begins to break down some of our body systems. We don't really realize that that's really the underlying cause. So the first thing is to get people to acknowledge that they are stressed, to identify the areas that are stressing them, their insecurities, and to identify ways of managing that stress. We do different, what we call somatic exercises, deep breathing, getting people in tune to their bodies, in tune to how their individual body demonstrates signs of stress, because everybody's different. Somebody may have tension, somebody may experience hunger, depression, somebody's hair might be falling out. I mean, everyone is experiencing a different manifestation.
Every last one of those is in my book. I better get myself together. How much you charge?
Oh goodness.
I didn't mean to take you off track. I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's okay.
I'm like, damn. Wait a minute.
Like you said, those are all points, like to her point, where people are functioning in this world and not realizing like these are stressors, you know. So the overeating, the overthinking, the losing your hair.
We heard it the first time. Damn.
Absolutely.
People aren't aware that I'm literally functioning in stress, and that is not healthy.
It's not healthy. And when our sympathetic nervous system is activated and we're in that fight or flight mode, when you stay in that mode, it begins to break down some systems. Okay, so your immune system is going to suffer, your endocrine system, your hormones are going to suffer. You're going to begin to light that fire of inflammation. And we know now that inflammation is at the root of many of our chronic diseases. So it just one of those things that stokes the fire of a lot of different issues. If your immune system is down, if you're inflamed, and you're just chronically stressed out, then you're really setting yourself up for sickness. You really are. And that dis-ease moves into disease.
And and I spoke about this at a conference my cousin did, called Unhealed Trauma, coming for the little girl or little boy within. And so I spoke about what are the health effects of unhealed trauma, and those things that you listed: the inflammation, your breakdown of your immune system, cardiovascular, that's a big one, diabetes. And then you also have gut health issues. And that's honestly why I started my business, stemmed from my own GI health issues. So it really has it can have a detrimental effect on your body. And I do carry stress very well. And I keep going and,
around certain people, but I know. I always know, girl.
Yeah, you do. And so for some people, they don't realize it. But I do typically, I carry it well. But thank God I'm still okay.
I know that's right. And I want to ask both of you about like autoimmune diseases and inflammation, and how they kind of correlate. Because we do have talked about inflammation and how it is kind of like the root for other diseases. And they're even, essentially saying that it could possibly lead to cancer if you don't get this inflammation out of your body. What are some signs that you are essentially inflamed?
Some people see it like in their belly. Your ankles swell, joint pain can be another sign that people start to see some inflammation in your face. I carry my inflammation in my face, and I didn't realize that until I started getting like facial rejuvenation and lymphatic drainage, and you could literally feel like as my friend was working on my face, my face literally felt lighter. And so you start seeing it in those places that are visible, but you don't realize that. Like you just think, oh, I've always had like fat face and fat cheeks and double chin or something, but it comes in, areas of swelling in your body that you may think that is normal and it's not.
Yes. One of our principles is listen to your gut. Your gut is speaking to you when you're experiencing gut issues. And just as Janze was talking about, a lot of times that is one of the first areas that people start experiencing dis-ease. And it has such far-reaching ramifications if it's not addressed. So many people don't understand that if you get into what we call gut dysbiosis, and your gut, the lining of your gut with the inflammation, the lining of your gut is compromised, and you're beginning to get food particles, like what we call macronutrients, or food particles that haven't been broken down all the way, that are seeping into your bloodstream. So what happens is, if those macronutrients seep into your bloodstream before they've been broken down, then your body sees it as an invader and then sets up antibodies against that thing. And now you can develop autoimmune responses to things that are coming through the gut, that are getting through the lining of the gut, getting into the bloodstream before they've been broken down properly. Your body setting up an autoimmune response, and this is can be the beginning of autoimmune diseases, and where we're seeing a rise in the allergies. So people have all kinds of allergies. They don't understand that their gut is releasing these macronutrients, and the body is setting up an attack. And so then what happens every time you eat that thing, your body is attacking itself because it feels like it thinks it's something that's invading. It's things that are in the spaces that they don't belong, and the body's responding. And all of that, it just creates that cycle Janze is talking about, that inflammation, and it shows up wherever, for individuals, it shows up in different places. Like she said, swelling in the face or the ankles, the legs, or the cardiovascular issues.
Yeah, I had no idea that was how allergies worked, that that it was related to your gut, because I'm doing a whole bunch of research because my dog literally is allergic to life. So I'm trying to figure out what to do to help him, but everything that I do or the research that I find relates back to his gut health. And I'm guessing it's applicable to us as well.
Yeah. Gut health is essential, and people don't quite understand. And that's why I'm really big on it, and why I started my business, because of my own GI health issues, and the importance of your gut health is truly essential to your body and the health of your entire body. You have your gut health biome. So for me, I take a probiotic every day. So I always encourage people, if you have some stomach issues, and try that. I do a acid reducer as well, since I had H. pylori, which is an overgrowth of the bad bacteria in your gut, and it can lead to cancer if it's not eradicated or taken care of. And so I've learned that even from getting the treatment, it's a 2-week, twice a day treatment, 4 pills that you take. That it did eradicate it, but you still have symptoms after. So I am truly, and that's why I always talk about gut health, because it truly is essential to your body and your overall health.
That is interesting. So then when we talk about gut health, I know you said probiotic, but is there anything that you should possibly be asking your doctors when you're getting your blood work to look for?
There's some blood work that you can do for inflammatory factors. If you ask the doctor, they'll know. So I would just ask if they can check for any inflammatory issues. You can also still get, if you have some GI issue, upset, your upper part of your stomach feels kind of sometimes you feel certain foods that you eat, your stomach may feel swollen, or you just feel really gassy all the time. You can check, and it's just a thing. You can always get checked for H. pylori. You swallow and you blow it into a bag. Is that simple?
That's what that is. Okay. Wasn't sure. Gotcha.
Yep.
That happens with me with red meat. I've stopped eating red meat. Red meat swells me up as if I just swallowed salt.
Oh, wow.
I cannot do burgers or steak and stuff like that anymore.
Wow. And then even as you age too, your body changed. And so
you're calling me old too. Now I'm bald.
So that's all right.
I'm gonna just go sit in the lobby. Let y'all finish. As you get old, Negro. All right, and get black. Cause all the other...
1 and 2.
Oh man, this is a rough episode for me.
It's applicable to a lot of people, because when people sit there and talk about, oh, my joints ache, oh, my hands are swollen, oh, my ankles are swollen, well, your body's telling you something.
Yep, it could be something that you're eating, honestly, that you're putting in your body. So, but even now, it's gotten a lot better actually. But when I lost weight, it's gotten better. But I would eat I'm not a terrible eater. So for lunch, I can eat a salad with a little bit of protein or something like that. And one day I'll eat it and I'll feel fine. The next day I can eat the exact same thing. And after I eat, my stomach feels bloated and gassy and all that stuff. And I'm like, what in the world is going on? So I haven't quite found triggers. I don't have the issue anymore because I've cut out a lot of food, certain foods, and I've lost the weight. So my body definitely feels a ton better.
So you guys are also speaking to the plate and how you set up your plate. How does one get into setting up the proper plate to feel like, some people eat because it's like, I want to feel full, but then usually that full means that you've overeaten to a certain extent. So how does one set up the proper plate and know everything that you guys are talking about when you just want to feel good? Where do you start?
Yeah, so for me, it's always good. Protein is always good because it helps you feel full longer. Vegetable, and then you can have like your starch. But like we had we talked about nutrition, and that's where you'll go. You can talk with Sandra and help get a little bit better understanding of what that plate looks like, because it's going to be a little bit different based on like what foods you can eat, what you can tolerate and can't. And so it's like that balanced diet, but you also have to know like what things are triggering. So it can be something where you need to take some things out and then kind of start from scratch.
Okay.
But I also, I always encourage a high protein, low carb, no added sugar. For people, vegetables is always good. Cutting out salt. Not a ton. I mean, yeah, because that can.
I love my slap my mama and Tony Chachere's girl. I'm gonna do better. Now, I do have another question, especially for you, Sandra. I know that some programs essentially, when they're trying to get people to a healthy spot, they strip them down. Like they do the blood work first, and then they slowly start introducing certain foods. Like they may start, like Dr. Janze was saying, with a certain protein, maybe like a chicken, and then they'll start with certain greens to kind of see how your body reacts. But the whole process of it is to try to get your body to kill itself. Is that kind of what you guys do as well?
Well, we take each person individually and we see where they are and what their needs are and what their goals are. So if a person comes and they're looking for, they feel like they're having reactions to food, we can help to facilitate an elimination process, that elimination diet, how to eliminate certain foods, and then over a period of time, and then begin to add them back slowly to identify those things that they may have sensitivities to. But just as Ken was saying, how he's discovered for himself that he can't eat red meat. This is really our goal, is to help people to get in tune with their own bodies, listen to their own bodies, because he can't eat red meat. Someone else can't eat pork. Someone else can't eat seafood. Somebody else can't eat any meat. So we don't have a cookie cutter system for this is a diet. We don't administer diets. And but what we do is we have principles. The principles are, first of all, that food is medicine. Food is raw material that the body needs in order for building and healing. And so we're interested in clients having nutrient-dense, high-quality whole foods. And we're interested in clients exploring what that means for them. So I have clients that grew up eating certain things, and one of her goals is just to explore other foods that she outside of her comfort zone. So people grow up and they like, well, I only eat this, this, and this. Well, it's very limiting for them. And one goal that I have for a client is just to explore different foods. And one of the things we say is eat the rainbow. Go through the produce area and look at all the colors. Just have an experience of all of the colors that the creator has made for us to eat. This is color coding that nature has done, and each of those colors represents certain nutrients and that the body needs. It's not just vegetables or just lettuce or whatever. It's each of those foods provide something different. And so we want you to eat the rainbow. So I have clients, I say, I want your plate, show me your plate. I want you to do a digital food diary. And I want you to take a picture and send it to me, what you ate for different meals. And then let's talk about how colorful the plate is. What colors are on your plate? Do you have any greens? Do you have any reds? Do you have any yellows? Or is all your food brown and white? A lot of us are just eating brown and white food, right? Potatoes and meat. So we want to add color back. And so it's more of that kind of coaching. It's helping people. So food is medicine. So that's one principle. Another principle is we might help people with getting and staying active. And we introduce that part because exercise is medicine as well. And so a lot of people might be eating well, but they're not moving enough. So there's a lot of different factors. But as far as the plate is concerned, we say high quality, nutrient dense foods, and explore, and listen to your body.
I have a question for you for explore, because the color green in the produce area is just not my friend. And I'm just being honest with you, because like things that I want to do but I just can't get past it is like cucumbers.
Really?
Oh,
A pickle.
cucumbers are good.
A pickle will cause me to throw a whole sandwich away. If I see the pickle juice, I'm gonna spaz out.
Oh,
And I know I got to get past it, right? Like
Olives?
especially, I wish you would.
Really?
I told you the color green, or what is black olives, but the color green. The only thing I eat over there is broccoli, and I don't even eat lettuce. Broccoli and spinach. I can eat spinach like potato chips, but I know if you look at my salad, you would say something like, "Well, where's the cucumber? What else you got?"
Tomatoes.
I got heavy
onions,
crouton
corn.
game. My crouton game is strong. Exotic cheeses, but when it comes down to that great yeah, I'll get you a mean smoked Gouda. So how do you help with because I also feel like this is psychological. How do you help with like somebody who may have a hang up where they're telling you like, I don't even know why I don't like this. It's not even necessarily a taste or a texture. It's just I didn't grow up eating it. I wasn't forced to. And so it's like I built the mindset of like, nah, I don't want that. And you know you need to eat it. Like I know I need to eat green, but I'm just like,
that's the issue. You didn't grow up eating it.
I didn't
and
grow
you
up
have
eating
this
it.
mental block that I didn't grow up eating it. But if you try it.
Like I talked to my therapist. Now I need therapy. Damn, Dr. Janze. She didn't even say no. She didn't say no.
That's why you have Sandra here. Sandra's gonna help you because we need to get you on green.
I gotta eat greens. Now I eat black greens, and that's the problem. So you go ahead and get you some turkey meat, put that in there, and all like the greens, turn up and all that.
Peppers in those, right?
Onions. I cut up onions. I don't put peppers in there, but you
You cook them all the way to death, right?
Well, I like them a little crunchy, but yeah, they're cooked.
There's no nutrients.
We done got that out the juice.
What about kale?
Raw or cooked?
Either or.
I probably cook it too much. I can't eat raw kale. I don't like it.
Really?
But if I cook it, I'm good.
You need the right like vinaigrette dressing on there or something. You need help, Sandra.
I need help. That's why, Sandra. That's why I'm asking, because I believe it is. It's mental now, because I'm old enough to know, like, man, you got to eat that, and I haven't tasted it enough to where I have said I don't like the taste. I'm just not eating it, and will refuse it. Like, nah, I'm good. So that's why
this is part of the discovery part that we take people through, because we do ask about childhood experiences. I have a client that when she was growing up, food was scarce, and she or it was rationed up until she was 11 or 12. Yeah, she went from she lived in a unstable environment, and so now she's vowed that she lives like I will never not have food again. And so she goes to the grocery store every day, and she's always buying food, and she's always, you know, and because she doesn't know about healthy food choices, she's just constantly buying food. And once she said that I don't want my children to ever not be able to have whatever they want to eat. And so what we're doing there is now we're creating a lifestyle, a legacy, or her children will inherit a food, you know, idea about food, that food should be abundant, readily available. We should eat all day, all the time, whenever we want to eat. You see, so her experience as a child has created a new legacy of a wrong relationship with food.
Ooh, girl, that is good.
Why do you think I pointed at you?
What?
Because I have a terrible sugar addiction, and it comes through what I've seen. My mom she worked out like whatever, but you go in that cabinet and you go behind what's healthy. Oh, she's hiding sugar like old people used to hide money. You're like, where are these Skittles coming from? And all this, she would hide it, but she had an addiction.
But then the addiction also came from growing up. Sugar was a reward.
It was a reward.
You know, and that was, like you said, that was passed down to us. So, you know, whenever we did well,
I done gave myself too many rewards. Is that what it is? Because I don't know if I need to be.
What it is.
All right.
Whenever, you know, whenever we're celebrating or we're doing something, food was always related to that. So now I'm not sure how it is for you, but for me, like when something's going good, I reward myself. Of like, okay,
absolutely,
go and, you know, get a nice dinner, or, you know, I'll go out and I'll get crab legs because I want, you know, crab legs because I deserve it. And like you said, you're not realizing the patterns that come with that. But that, girl, that was good. That's gonna be a social media.
So
clip,
when
girl.
you saying that, all right, I'm gonna be a transparent moment. That's probably my issue with vegetables. Because playing football so young, I always had to make weight. And so like it got to a point where they had to the doctors had to tell my mother and father, like, this is muscle. He's losing muscle now. You can't keep him on cauliflower, broccoli. And I would only eat vegetables. And now to this day, I'm like, the hell with a vegetable. Like, you were too young to remember that, but literally, like, my friends were eating other stuff, and my parents would give me steamed vegetables. They were breeding me.
No protein.
I would get some baked chicken every now and again, but it was vegetables upon vegetables. And like, even like, you know, summertime, kids are having fun. You have those summertime. Not me. You play football, you got to eat like this. And it was vegetables. Damn them. This conversation has left me feeling.
And that's
I want to go home.
Peanut butter and jelly to this day, because it just reminds me of poverty. I don't want that shit.
And that's the other reason why I'm saying it to you. She won't eat hot dogs or peanut butter and jelly.
Well, I'd like to share that one of the things also that we, you know, we talk about reward is important if in the right context. So we want to be in control of the reward. And what's happened with our food system is there's so many additives and chemicals and things that have been put in the food that are designed to stimulate our reward pathways, to stimulate our pleasure pathways. And what it does is it gives you a feeling of pleasure that is really not related to how good the food is. It's really a chemical response that's happening in the brain. So we want to be careful that what we call reward is truly something that we enjoy, and that we're not being driven by another factor, right? But we don't, as coaches, this is what we're trying to get people to do, is do lifestyle. And what I love about what Janze is doing is she's helping people that have weight loss goals to achieve some of their weight loss goals, but eventually they're going to have to address some of these underlying issues. They're going to have to address some of these lifestyle issues, and that they've got that head start, and they can transition into, okay, now what? You know, what are the stories I'm telling myself that are no longer serving me? Like, I don't eat vegetables anymore because I just don't, right?
Mhm.
So
Right.
if that's, there are things that we tell ourselves that are from our childhood that are not serving us anymore. And our job is to help people to discover what are those things that you keep saying to yourself that are no longer relevant, but they're affecting how you live your life.
That is awesome.
And and that approach too helps with, driving down your blood pressure, help you come off some of those medicines. And again, that's another, factor of why I started my business too, is because there's not enough, especially in the African American community. Like, what are we doing really and truly to help people on the other side to get better?
Yeah.
And we're here. So what are we doing now to change things and make it better on ourselves? And for a long time, I grew up eating, fried chicken, fried pork chop, neck bones, all that. I don't remember going to
You said
McDonald's
neck
when I was
bones?
like, you're
I know
neck
that's right,
bones.
girl.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
even ate chicken.
Ooh, you lost me, girl.
Okay, yeah.
There's a line. There's a
But
line.
the food that we ate back then, like, how are we cooking it now? We're still cooking the food the same way. And so we're losing a lot of the nutrients. And as Sandra mentioned, a lot of these foods are processed foods that have so much chemicals in there.
Right.
So honestly, it's terrible what we're putting in our body. So this is hence why we see a lot of these health diseases as well that people are experiencing. So, just know that when you're on, especially on my weight loss program, I always talk about people lifestyle changes. Like, this is not the end all be all, but there's something that you have to do on the outside of this.
And for those who may think that this is like overwhelming, for some people it may be that way.
Yeah.
How do both of you suggest to start like small? What is a small win? Like, because once you get to the smaller wins, they start to add up. So what would be a small win that somebody can start and look at within like a day or within a week?
So when people come to me and we talk about weight loss, obviously I offer a couple of options. And I tell people, like, weight loss, losing weight is stressful. So let's not make it stressful. Your one step is you came here and you made the step to start whatever plan we decide to plan. And then I don't focus on I talk about the food and just different things, but I focus on the movement because that's the easiest thing for people to do, right? One, well, drink more water, but also when you go to the store, park a little bit further so that you're walking a little bit further to get into the store. So you're moving a little bit more. And so you have to meet people where they are. So it just really, truly depends on the individual and what they, the dynamics of their life, what they have going on.
Yeah, I ditto to that. Absolutely. One of the first things that I would like for clients to do is to start moving. Move the body. The body loves movement. The body loves motion. And we help clients to find, whatever their bio-individual activity is for them. Because you can't tell people, well, you need to walk, you need to run. How about jumping some rope? We don't really try to suggest any type of particular physical activity. We just say, find what you love. What type of movement makes you feel good? Do more of that. If it's walking, if it's yoga, if it's dancing, if you just like line dancing, just do something. And because the benefits are just exponential for exercise. I mean, when you're getting the oxygenation, you're getting the blood flow to all the parts of the body, especially to your brain, and the blood is carrying not just it's carrying nutrients, it's carrying fluid, it's carrying the things that are fighting disease, your immune system is carrying those things. And so the movement is so important. So I agree 100% with Janze. Get moving.
Yeah. And I want to ask another question, and this might go back to, a psychological need, food addictions. We see things like My 600-Pound Life. We see people who have a tendency to overeat or just say, I need this, like I need it. but then it's also that battle of I've hit a wall. I need to lose weight, and something needs to change. How do you help those people where they're just like, food is so important to them?
Well, we really are interested at getting to the root cause. Root cause is so important because root cause is going to be the key to sustained health and wellness. Whatever, that's why diets don't work, and that's why we don't tell anybody what they can or can't have. We don't say you can't. We don't tell people you can't have this. You can't eat sweets. You don't do this or do that. We do what we call crowding out. In other words, we're interested in, if people are eating poorly, we're interested in them we don't start with taking things away, but we start helping them to introduce something that is healthy. So let's kind of begin to crowd out the plate with introducing things that you're not eating. We're not saying don't stop eating what you're eating. We don't say that first, because now you're going to get pushback when you start trying to take things away from people. But we suggest, why don't you try to add this, add that to your plate, And so as you're adding these things and as you're introducing these things to your palate, to your brain, your palate and your brain can get reprogrammed. We've been hacked, whether we know it or not. And so we have to break that hack by introducing real, natural, nutrient-rich foods. So we don't take anything away. We say, here, try this and see how that works. And let's try some different things. And then we move as people are, your body wants the real thing. It really does. The body wants the real thing. So if you introduce slowly the real thing to the body, you will begin to want that more, and it crowds it out. It moves, the other things begin to move out of the way. Now, we're not therapists, but we are trained to recognize when people need therapy. And we will, defer to the medical practitioners. We're not practicing medicine. And we will defer to nutritionists if they need a professional. So we're all about respecting the boundaries between coaching, between medicine, between therapy, and respecting those things and directing people where we think they need. And in that example, I think therapy is in order.
And to speak to your point about kind of crowding things out, one thing that I used to do, and I don't do nearly as much anymore, even though they are right behind me and you can see, is potato chips. I used to kill potato chips, like a bag of potato chips, a big one, not the little ones, the big ones, gone in no time. But ever since my fiance started eating peanuts, now I'm more on peanuts, trail mixes. I don't really buy the big bag of Utz no more or anything.
Aldi has the best.
So yeah, it's not that I've learned to, like you said, crowd it out with other things, even like with peppers, like eating peppers like straight
fresh
up.
Peppers?
Yeah, like I didn't do that before, but I just started crowding that out and putting that into my recipes a little bit more. I just got to work with, from what I've learned from you today, is I'm gonna just go buy a cucumber and then let's just work it out.
Just work it out.
The seedless one.
Oh yeah, that's
I thought
favorite.
we weren't supposed to eat vegetables without seeds.
No, that's right.
I'm just asking. I'm not the professional. Clearly, I got problems. So
now, would you do like
That's what they say.
when they make like the Asian cucumber salad with like the soy sauce and garlic, like things like that?
So I'm not a big, once again, as we were talking about, I can't do soy sauce at all, not even low sodium. I will blow up like a balloon.
Understand. Okay, gotcha.
I can't have any version of it. I've tried them all, and I miss soy sauce so much, but I cannot have it. Next thing you know, I'm out here looking like a clump.
Dash.
I do Mrs. Dash. Yes.
Put your cucumber, put some Miss Dash.
Yeah. Especially like for the
I'll
chip
do it
flavor.
tonight.
Yeah.
We'll see how that goes. I'll pick that up on the way home. I'll tell y'all.
And then
if it
next
worked.
week, add some lettuce.
I like lettuce.
You
I
don't
like
think
spinach.
Thomas is-
Spinach
Well,
works.
okay.
Is there a specific type of lettuce or just all lettuce? Like I like butter and romaine.
So here's the issue. Romaine. All right. I'll just be transparent. So we're all here and doctors and everything. I get constipation from lettuce.
Hey.
Every time I eat lettuce, I get constipated. And it pisses me off because I like salads to a degree. But that's what switched me from lettuce to spinach. So notice you don't never see me eat lettuce anymore.
Never, no.
No, because every time I eat it, I get constipation. And I have no idea why. The doctor laughed at me when I told him that.
Wow.
Just like that.
Really?
Yeah, he literally said that. He was like, wow, okay. Well, what else can you do? I said,
what
well, I
about
like spinach. You'll never get, I don't care what you, the way you feel about hot dogs, the way I feel about cabbage.
Cabbage is delicious.
No, ma'am.
I
I feel like we make way too much on this earth to do cabbage. I feel like our ancestors suffered enough for us not to have to eat
It
cabbage.
is so good, and there's
It
so many
is.
things that you can do with
I know.
cabbage.
You put your peppers in there?
Yeah, fermented, and then you can.
I
fry
agree to the cucumber. There's nothing on earth that'll get me to
One
eat
thing
cabbage.
at a time.
Yeah,
right?
Nah,
that's
nah.
true.
Right.
I will shut down. What did you just say? We'll pull back. You'll get resistance. Now they're getting resistance.
That's right. That's right. You can't fight it. You can't fight it.
Because that's how I feel about beets. I don't care what anybody does. I will never eat a
Smell
beet.
like,
Never.
like dirt.
Yeah.
Now roasted.
Nope. Mm-mm.
Oh,
No, I don't care what
I
you
will
do
eat
to
them
it.
roasted with goat cheese.
Mm-mm. No, and I love goat cheese. I will not eat a beet.
I like beet juice, surprisingly,
Nah.
which is crazy, but I like beet juice.
It has to be cooked.
So I got to figure out how to put a combination of the healthy things that I do like on the plate because I'll drink beet juice.
Gross.
I actually like it.
Mm-mm. Ain't no way.
Really?
Ain't no way. No.
Tastes like dirt.
Interesting.
But like you said, it goes back to the mental because I had a really horrible experience with beets and I got nauseated and really sick. So from that point on, my mind, anytime I see a beet, it makes me think of that moment and I will never touch them.
I've never seen mom.
But
touch
see,
a
that's why I
beet.
don't like okra either.
Oh, I love okra. Oh my gosh.
I only
Pickled or
started
fried?
eating
Yeah.
squash
Love squash.
until, because back then we used to cook it to death. Like it was all souped up.
Mushy.
Yeah. But one of my husband's friends, his wife made it. She just put like a little bit of lemon pepper on it and sauteed it. And I was like, oh. So now I'm eating squash again.
How about that? Squash?
I'll eat squash.
Zucchini.
I got no. You see. I told you the green part. The green. I actually got tricked by my fiance with a squash pie. She made it taste like sweet potatoes.
Interesting.
I knew the color was off, but I'm greedy as hell. You know that. So I'm eating it, and I'm like, something's not right about the color. She was like, but you like it though, right? I'm like, it's good. This is excellent. That's squash. Yeah.
So listen to all of this beautiful bio individuality. I'm not gonna make you eat beets or lettuce.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate
You're
that.
off the hook. You're off the hook.
She can cook, her and her husband. Because we went over for dinner, and I tell you what, it was good. I mean, even the salad was so delicious.
Well, then maybe you can help me with something that Kim and I were working on, and we have an idea. We want to create something where we get from guests and people that we know to create a family cookbook, but something that's a little bit healthier. Because our cookbooks will get you right, but they're gonna say we need that butter.
Now that you said that,
all the
that's where I
butter,
am.
Okay,
all the
that's
lard. But we want to start something where there's healthy recipes that we can share.
Well, that's a great segue because I've got to give a shout out to my husband. He is also a coach, and we do this together and as a team. And he is the chef, and I'm the gardener. So I grow it and bring it in. So we do the farm to table thing. I grow just about everything. This is my favorite time. This is Christmas time for me. Gardening. I love to grow. I grow just about everything. And I bring it in and he cooks it up. And he's a wonderful chef. He's a self-made chef. So he cooks well, and that would be a wonderful project for him. Not me. Not me.
I need to come because at some point my time is going to open up a little bit. So I do need to come though, because I need to start growing some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, Steve called me Betty Brown Thumb. I killed a succulent. That's pretty bad.
Yeah, that is bad.
Lord.
Because I thought it needed some more water.
No, girl.
I know.
Well, you come up, listen, come on down the street.
She's my neighbor too, y'all.
Okay.
And come on down the street and we're going to set you straight. You're going to be growing food. Well, and that's another one of our philosophies, is that everyone should be able to grow at least one thing they eat. Because we're into food sovereignty, and we're into people really getting closer to nature, getting closer to their food source. And that's a good way. Even if it's an herb, it's nice to just go out and cut fresh herbs and bring them in and cook them, or you can dry them, or just go out and pick a cucumber or whatever. It's a great feeling, and it really helps bring you closer to nature. And so that's what we call a natural life. We're about getting people out of this artificial life, out of this artificial existence that we're living. We've been hacked, and we are living, many of us, an artificial life, and we're interested in people living a natural life.
Healthy life.
Our
healthy life.
Lived till her 90s.
Mm-hmm.
But the one thing I can tell you is that her garden was the bomb.
Yes.
And I can't, while you were talking, I'm thinking, like, did I ever see grandma eat pizza? No. I've never seen her eat a hamburger that she didn't cook. Like, I never seen her eat fast food. Anything that she cooked came from that garden that I worked like hell in. Like, but it came from her garden. I've seen my grandfather eat stuff like that. But her, if it wasn't fresh, she wasn't rocking with it. Like, she's the woman that if you got sick around her, she would come out and eat garlic like an apple. Like, she would just peel it, eat it. And you were like, what? But then she was never sick. Never.
Yeah. And like I said, 96.
Yeah, she made it to 96 years old. So, guess I got to go get a garden.
I was going to say, right? I'm going to do my own herbs, because I'm not going to do a garden.
My fiance does a pretty good job. Like, it was pretty dope to taste the difference of fresh basil when she made it. Literally, you can tell it was completely different than the grocery store. And then she made cilantro, and that was, you can taste the difference in that. It was like, oh, I guess we are
you
eating.
control what you put in the soil.
Yeah, I'm like, clearly this ain't right, because after after the season went past and it was gone and we had to go to the grocery store, I'm like, ooh, this don't taste the same.
I do have a quick question for people who can't garden just yet. Would you recommend like farmers markets being an okay resource?
Absolutely. I frequent the grocery store. I mean, it's difficult in these times in our life to grow enough food to sustain a family, in your backyard. We do a significant amount, but we have to go to the grocery store just like everybody else, or to the farmers. This is a great time for the farmers market, and it's a wonderful time to support them, and they need that support. And so, absolutely, that's a great idea.
Well, Ms. Sandra, let people know how they can get in contact with you, any of your social media handles. If someone wants to schedule a consultation with you and your husband, how does that happen?
Well, right now we're still working on our web page, and right now, if they would just come to subwani@yahoo.com, and we will send them an invitation link to our client portal, and get all the information they need to connect, to get their history, and get them started.
Awesome.
Wonderful.
Sounds good.
Awesome. And then one question, Dr. Janze, before we get up out of here. I know that there's been a lot going on, a lot of talk recently, in the government about GLPs and, just affordability and, how even certain pharmacies may even stop making some. Yeah. Well, is any of that going to affect you?
Yeah. Yep. So, as most people know or have heard, the FDA took semaglutide and tirzepatide or Mounjaro, Ozempic off of the short list, which means the compound pharmacies that a lot of people were relying on, they had a certain time to stop producing that. And so a lot of them have stopped producing. However, there are still some that, kind of do it patient specific. So they may come with like vitamin B12 in it. And the dosing will be different to be able to still support those that are on it. So, but there's still options too from the manufacturers or the big pharma where people can I can prescribe from there. The cost though will be the issue, but at least there's still something available for people.
Awesome. All right. And if someone wants to schedule with you, or if they have any questions, how can they go about it?
Yeah. So go to www.embodyhydration.com. You can find me on social media, Instagram at Embody Hydration and Facebook Embody Hydration and Wellness.
Miss Sandra, that wasn't that bad for your first podcast, was it? You did a great job. You did a great job.
And you are now officially one of our cousins, so you can come back whenever you want.
Thank you so much. I was so nervous. Oh my gosh. I was just praying. I was like, okay.
Dr. Dan should have told you we are foolish around these parts.
I didn't tell her.
You just come in and come as you are, my love.
Wonderful. Now I know. Now I'll be relaxed.
Goodness, but we hope to see you again.
Yes,
and Dr. Dan will be back next month, and we will be back tomorrow. Obi's back in town, so she has plenty of stories, and of course we have plenty of nightmare dating profiles, so make sure you check back in tomorrow.
TDS Radio, and I'll remember the birthday quote because I don't know what I did today.
I don't remember it either.
TDS Radio, our voice, our culture. Have a good night, everyone.
Bye.